Welcome children for this session. See, today's topic is transportation of material in human. See, transportation of material in human, it relates or it represents circulatory system. Okay. See, in human being, a rapid supply of nutrient, oxygen and hormones to various tissue and rapid disposal of waste material is an essential requirement, right? So the human being have a special circulatory system. Then the three main important part in circulatory system, that is number one, circulatory medium, blood, tissue fluid and lymph. Number two, blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries. Number three, pumping organ, heart, that is heart. We'll learn one by one in circulatory medium. In our body has a three different type of fluid. Three different type of our body has three different type of fluid. Okay. See, number one is the blood. See, the blood found in heart and blood vessel, right? Blood vessels. Okay, next one, a tissue. Second one is tissue. In tissue, it is found in the space between cells in organs. It's found in the space between cells in the organ. Found in the space between the cells in the organ. In the third one is called as an lymph. The found in lymphatic vessel, found in lymphatic vessel and lymphatic organ. Lymphatic organ such as example spleen. Spleen is an example for lymphatic organ. Tonsils is an example for lymphatic organ. So, in circulatory medium, it consisting of three type of fluid. Number one is blood. It found in heart and blood vessel. Blood vessels means arteries, veins and capillaries. The second one is called as a tissue fluid. Okay, tissue fluid found in the space between the cells in the organ. Then lymph. It is found in lymphatic vessel and lymphatic organs such as spleen and tonsils. Okay. The next we'll study about the detailed study about the blood and their components. Okay, blood. Human blood. See, human blood is a connective tissue. Point number one, it is a connective tissue. Blood is a connective tissue. It has human body has 5.5 liters of blood. Liters of blood present in our body. Okay. Then see, in this blood 55 to 60%, that is a liquid part. Liquid part called as a plasma. The liquid part of the blood is called as a plasma. How much percentage? 55 to 60%. The remaining percentage, 40 to 45%, that component is called as cellular elements or blood corpuscles. Blood cells or blood corpuscles. Okay, blood corpuscles. So it's a gentle introduction about human blood. Okay, the next one is or component of blood. See, the blood is made up of two components. Blood is made up of two components. Number one is called a sand fluid part, that is plasma. Number two is called a sand formed element or blood corpuscles. Or formed element or cellular components. Formed elements or cellular components. Okay. So these are the composition of blood. We'll learn about plasma. See, plasma is a straw-colored liquid, straw-colored fluid present in our blood. That is called as a plasma. It contains water. What is not present in the plasma? It contains water, 90 to 92% of water, and inorganic salt 1 to 2%, and organic salt or organic compound 7 to 8%. So plasma is a straw colored fluid. It contains water, inorganic salts and organic components. Then functions of this plasma. Plasma functions. What is the functions of plasma? Plasma ude function. Number one is called as a transport of food. Transport of food, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous wastes in dissolved form. Nitrogenous wastes in dissolved form. That is the functions of plasma. Plasma function: transport of food, carbon dioxide and nitrogenous waste in dissolved form. That is a plasma. Are you clear? The next thing is called as blood corpuscles or formed element, right? Blood corpuscles and formed element. They are the blood corpuscles or formed elements are suspended in the plasma. Okay, suspended. That means they float on the plasma. They are, what are the blood components? Number one, that is RBC, red blood corpuscles. Okay, that is in a scientific term erythrocyte. Erythrocytes. Number two is called as WBC. That is called as leukocytes. Number three is called as blood platelets. Okay, blood platelets. So these three are called as blood corpuscles or formed element. So the blood corpuscles are suspended in the plasma. RBC, what are they? RBC, red blood corpuscles, otherwise called as erythrocytes. Then WBC, leukocytes, white blood corpuscles and blood platelets. Okay, then we learn about in detailed features of erythrocyte. That means blood corpuscles we learn in detail. Okay, number one is called as RBC or erythrocyte. First formed element or first blood corpuscles, RBC or erythrocyte. See, erythrocyte or RBC, red blood corpuscles. First one, the shape is biconcave, enucleated. Enucleated means this facilitates some advantages. What advantages? It increases the surface area. Increases the shape facilitate the increases the surface area. Surface area for binding oxygen with RBC. Okay, oxygen with RBC, that is hemoglobin. So this structure, biconcave and enucleated structure, increases the surface area for binding oxygen with hemoglobin. They provide more area for binding oxygen with hemoglobin. Okay, that's the first point related to what is that? RBC or erythrocyte. The second point, RBCs are small, very small. That also we have some advantages. Small size helpful for absorbing oxygen. The small size helps absorption of oxygen. Okay, absorption of oxygen, and it enable the small size. That's what they can enable to travel in a very fine capillaries. Okay, very fine capillaries. So this is the second features. RBC, all the RBCs are small in size. So this size has some advantages helpful for absorption of oxygen and enable them to travel in a fine capillaries throughout the body of a person. Then number 3, it produced in RBC, produced in red bone marrow. Okay, that it destroyed in spleen and liver. So the spleen is called as an graveyard of RBC. Because RBC is destroyed or disintegrated in the spleen. Okay, and the old and worn out RBCs are destroyed in spleen and liver. So spleen is called as an graveyard of RBC. Next, very important point, RBC have a respiratory pigments. What is the respiratory pigment? Hemoglobin. Respiratory pigment called as an hemoglobin. Okay, children, hemoglobin. So the RBC have a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin. See, the hemoglobin consisting of 2 parts. Okay, hemoglobin consisting of 2 parts. The hem means that represent iron part, that is Fe. Okay, iron part. Globulin, that is a protein part. So the hemoglobin consisting of a 2 part. Number 1, the iron part is known as a heme. The protein part is known as a hemoglobin. Okay. Oxygen is transported by hemoglobin. Oxygen is transported by Hb. Hb means hemoglobin. Okay. So these are the features of RBC or erythrocyte. I'll tell you once again, RBC, the features of RBC or erythrocyte. It's a formed element, number 1. The biconcave and enucleated in shape. Okay. Enucleated means absence of nucleus. See, one thing you have to remember here, when RBC is produced in an early stage, they have a nucleus. When it has become mature, the nucleus is disintegrated. So that is enucleated. So matured RBCs are enucleated. Are you clear? That means absence of nucleus. So it facilitates, increases the surface area for binding oxygen with hemoglobin. The second feature is RBCs are small. It helpful for absorption of oxygen. The small size enables to travel in a fine capillaries throughout the body. In third point, it produced in red bone marrow and it destroyed in spleen and liver. RBC has a respiratory pigment called a hemoglobin. The hemoglobin has a two part. One iron part that is called as an hemoglobin and a protein part that is called as an globin. Oxygen transported by hemoglobin. So what is the role of hemoglobin? It transports oxygen or it carries oxygen and distribute throughout the body of our organ. Okay, are you clear? See, one molecule of Hb, binds 4 oxygen. One molecule of Hb binds 4 oxygen. Okay, 4 oxygen. Oxygen molecule, 4 oxygen molecule. That's all about what is that? The features of RBC. One more point. The lifespan of RBC. Lifespan of RBC is 120 days. 120 days. So the next one is called as an WBC. WBC is otherwise called as leukocyte. Leukocyte means colorless. WBC that is called as an leukocytes. Leuko means colorless. Okay, colorless. WBC. So the WBC, what is the shape? Round, irregular shape. Round, irregular shape. Very important features. They are capable of amoeboid movement. Irregular shape. They are capable of amoeboid movement. Amoeboid movement. I'll explain. Amoeboid movement. Then lack of hemoglobin here. Lack of hemoglobin. Lack of Hb. That's what it's a colorless. Then it the two type of what is that? Two type of leukocyte. See, the WBC is two types. Okay, one is called as an granulocyte. Another one is called as an agranulocyte. Granulocyte. Another one is called as an agranulocyte. See, granulocyte means cytoplasmic component. Cytoplasm is present. Cytoplasmic granules are present in granulocyte. Here, absence of cytoplasmic granules. So that is called as an agranulocyte. Okay. See, granulocyte, what and all coming under? Neutrophil. Neutrophils. Number 2 is eosinophils. Number 3 is called as an basophils. Okay. See, granulocytes, they have a cytoplasmic granules. So, neutrophil, eosinophil and basophil. These are the type of, what is that? WBC. Okay. So, each one have a specific function. See, neutrophil, what will do? Phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. What do you mean by phagocytosis? Engulfing of microbes. Engulfing of microbes. That means bacteria, virus, etc. etc. Okay. That is called as an, what is the functions of neutrophil? In eosinophil, it's an antibody formation. Antibody formation and mostly active during parasitic infection and allergy. It is mostly active in allergy, allergy and parasitic infection. Okay, parasitic infection. And the last one is called as what is that? Basophil. It contains immune boosting components such as histamine and heparin. See, basophil, it contain immune boosting component, compounds such as what is that? Heparin and histamine. Okay, heparin and histamine. See, the histamine, when it is produced in the blood during allergic condition, the histamine is produced. Heparin is an anticoagulating agent. Inside our blood vessels, the blood is in liquid conditions, right? If it is not in liquid condition, it causes many serious effects. So, this heparin prevent blood clotting when the blood is inside the blood vessels. Are you clear? So, the basophil can be produced this. Okay. The next one, A granulocytes. They have a large nucleus, lymphocytes and monocytes. Lymphocytes and monocytes. Okay, monocytes. These two are called as an A granulocytes. They have a large nucleus. Say the lymphocyte. What is the role of lymphocyte? It provides immunity. It provides immunity to produce T cell, B cell and helper cells. T helper cells. Okay. T helper cells. So it is in lymphocytes play an important role in immunity. During the time they produce T lymphocyte, B lymphocytes and T helper cells. In phagocytosis, monocyte play an important role in phagocytosis. Okay, phagocytosis. So these are the component of WBC. The last one is called as blood platelets. Blood platelets. Okay, blood platelets means blood platelets it's very important for blood clotting. It's a colorless oval or round in shape. It formed in bone marrow. Okay, formed in bone marrow, that is a megakaryocyte. That will be you learn in higher class. It's play an important role in blood clotting. Okay, blood clotting play an important role for blood clotting. They releases one chemical component that is called as thromboplastin, which initiate the process of blood clotting. So blood clotting is initiated by a chemical which is released by the blood platelets. That chemical name is called as thromboplastin. Okay. So thromboplastin is an important chemical substance which initiate the process of blood clotting. Okay. That is a chemical substance released by blood platelets. It's play an important role for blood clotting. Functions of blood. The functions of blood. Functions of blood. See, functions of blood. Main function: transport of nutrient, transport of nutrient, respiratory gases, hormones, etc. Hormones, etc. Hormones and dispose the nitrogenous waste product and transport what is that body secretions. It regulation of body temperature. Regulation of body temperature. Regulation of body temperature. Defense against infection. Defense against infections. Defense against infection. Maintenance of pH. Maintenance of blood pH. Maintenance of blood pH and water balance. Water balance and the prevention of blood loss. Prevention of blood loss. So these are the functions of blood. Transport of nutrient, respiratory gases, hormone and transport of waste also, regulation of body temperature, defense against infection, maintenance of blood pH, water balance and prevention of blood loss. That's all about this topic, blood.